Coming to you now live from the McLean Comedy Club. All-time star comic Dale Smith. Just kidding, guys. It's me, Dale, here at the McLean Comedy Club. I was just thinking, I kind of want to be instead of a stand-up comic, maybe a sit-down comic, because that was pretty far walk carrying that heavy blanket around. But it's fine. I'm in good shape, so I'm doing good. But I was just thinking today about Friends. No, I don't mean the popular TV show with Matthew Perry. I know that's what you all think of, and no, not that. I'm talking about, the friends in your life. Your buddy, your mom, your dog, whoever. And you think about how your friends are, everybody's different. Everybody has their own personality, and we can all relate to each other in a way. Like, it makes me think about Charlie Brown. We can all relate to Charlie Brown, not just because if you were maybe bald by the time you were 20 and had to wear a wig that everyone knew about that would fall off sometimes, you relate to his sentiments, I'm not talking about, good grief, a deep track. As Charlie Brown says, nothing takes the taste out of peanut butter like unrequited love. And I think that's all something we can relate to, and like a big thing with that is friends, that's where I was going with the Matthew Perry bit, is that oftentimes, like what's going on in Southern Charm on Bravo right now, one friend will like another, and the other, maybe they don't feel the same way, maybe they do, you don't know how to play that, right? Like, you have your friend sleep over, and it's like your birthday, and you think okay, I'm in my bedroom, maybe, he's gonna knock on the door and say oh, I'm in love with you. But instead, you wake up the next morning and he says he fingered your best friend on your mom's couch, So, that's the thing about my friend Carl, though, you gotta know him. You gotta know him. He's a great guy. Let me tell you this. He's the type of guy that, you hang out with him every day and you're having the best time, and he says, I'm always going to be in love with you, and you say, oh, I'm in love with you too. And then you have sex, and then, you go over the next day, and you already had to take one of those morning after pills, and you never took one before, so you stab it open with a key in front of the laundromat, you're just crying, oh, what do I never have a kid, and you take it, and you go over to Carl's house, my buddy Carl, and Carl knows, so he's such a great guy. He says, oh, you want me to just give you some weed to split it? Maybe just to get high and take away the loneliness, or, but me and my pride, I said, no, I'm good. I paid. And then, here's the kicker, here's the thing about Carl, you gotta know him, his sense of humor. He says, hey, can you get out of here? Because my ex-girlfriend's coming over and we're going out in a minute. And I say, so you want me to go hide in a bush and pretend that we don't know each other? And he says, yeah. And then he ends up telling your ex-boyfriend that you tricked him into having sex and that you regretted it. And then I said, why did you do that? And he said, because he's a junkie with a gun, Joke's on me for that one. And I said, I didn't say anything, but, the funny thing, his sense of humor, it's out there, man. He says, because you may call me a pussy, but, he's a junkie with a gun. But I thought, you're actually in New Zealand. Carl was in New Zealand at the time, and I was at my house in the woods all alone that my ex-boyfriend kept breaking into, and that what Carl emailed and made him real mad. So that guy's, he's a prankster, modern day Steve-O. That guy that's the thing about friends, you just give everything you have, and then you're left with nothing, and there's nobody to talk to, and you don't have a big family, so when they die, you think, I better not get any uglier or I'm gonna die alone. That's the thing about friends, though. Everybody the new Peanuts movie, 3D. 3 don't. I didn't like how it looked. I'd throw peanuts at the screen if I could, but all they sell is popcorn. What's the deal with popcorn? This is Dale Smith from the McLean Comedy Club. Thank you, and drive safely.